So, 2 years ago, I officially became a YouTube partner. But then, in April of this year, I lost the partnership. How did this happen? Well, let's find out. Oh, and you guys are also probably wondering, where the fuck have I been?
Così bella, that's how beautiful you are.
Well, it was never my intention to stop doing YouTube. I mean, it's literally been a childhood dream of mine to be a YouTuber.
And this is Daniel.
To simply put, I got distracted and I lost sight of that dream. Let's rewind back to 2021. At this time, I was still trying to create. I was trying to follow this grand plan I had set for myself. Make a lot of videos for 2021 as well as 2022. YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, I was trying to pump out content for all of these platforms. Ambitious? Yes. Yes, I was. I even had a strict daily routine to make sure I stayed on track with my plans. After my spicy challenge, I started a new challenge for the next video. What was this new challenge? Learning both the front and side splits within 30 days. It was going well until it didn't. I didn't get the splits in 30 days, nor 60, nor 90. As this challenge kept getting extended, my plans for the rest of the year kept getting pushed back. And for someone that likes sticking to a plan and ticking off their goals on time, this really tested my patience. I was already struggling to balance everything else in my life, and this was not helping. As a few more months passed by, I was still nowhere near where I wanted to be with my goals. And that got to me. I burnt out. The funny thing is, I got frustrated at myself for burning out because I felt like I didn't work hard enough to deserve being burnt out. That toxic cycle of thinking ate away at me, and to escape those thoughts, I stopped creating and started indulging in things that made me feel comfortable. Gaming, Netflix, YouTube, social media, that all became an overwhelming part of my daily life. I was basically rotting. Eventually, the guilt and shame of not working on the things that I should have been working on piled up. I was literally becoming chronically online, and I started comparing myself to other creators I was being exposed to. They were all living the life I have always wanted to live, and this further fed into my insecurities. Over time, the voices in my head became more toxic and louder, making me become more anxious, frustrated, and withdrawn. This snowballed into the other areas of my life as well, especially my relationship. And when I realized that was at risk, it was the slap on the face I needed to get my shit together and make some changes. So, first things first, tackling my mental and emotional health. Obviously, avoiding and suppressing my emotions was not working. If I wanted to get better, I had to dedicate time and energy to directly confront my inner issues. I initially considered seeing a therapist, but being the frugal guy that I am, I decided to leave that as a last resort and sought out more cost-effective alternatives instead. I read self-help books, watched videos, and listened to podcasts so that I could deeper educate myself about my anxiety and how to navigate through it. And although I usually alone with my problems, this time I took the courage to reach out to my close ones and just share what I was going through. This really helped me. It reminded me that I wasn't alone and washed away the majority of the negative self-talk that kept plaguing me daily. If you guys are dealing with the same things I've gone through, I urge you guys to reach out to your close ones as well. Even if they can't help you directly, sometimes being heard and empathized with is more than enough to lift some weight off your shoulders. And maybe that's all you need. But if you don't have anyone to go to, definitely seek professional help. That's why today's video sponsor is with... Oh, I don't have a sponsor. We'll get there. Alongside this, I also got back into working out. We all know that working out is a great way to improve your mental health, so it was the obvious choice for me. During my rot, I did not work out at all and was only eating once or twice a day, which led to me dropping in weight and becoming smaller. To help me get back on track and stay consistent long term, a new fitness challenge was needed. This challenge would be me bulking up using only weighted calisthenics as my method of training. Was there any change? Yeah, big change. I went from 57 kilos to 73 kilos, becoming the heaviest I've ever been in my life. This was a huge win for me, but I'll talk more about this challenge in a future video. Through all of this, I was finally able to reclaim some stability back into my life. And with that, I decided it was a good time to focus more on my social life. Like going out and catching up with friends, brunches, dinners, birthdays and weddings. I also attended some cool live events and did some traveling. I think the key part to all of this was just staying committed to each thing and being present. Because of that, even though there were days I wanted to back out and stay at home, I made some pretty good memories. Memories that served as reminders that there is always more to life than just the black mirror I was facing. So yeah, that's what I've been up to between 2021, 2022 and 2023. But right before 2024 came around, something important happened. On the 23rd of December 2023, I officially became a YouTube partner. Despite being technically inactive for around 2.5 years at this time, my older videos were still getting enough engagement for me to become monetized. This was an important milestone. Yes. It showed me that my videos were still being shared and resonating with viewers all over the world, and more importantly, this also reignited the spark I needed to get back into creating. So, with the start of 2024 came the start of my comeback to YouTube. Or so I thought. A lot of work needed to be done before I could relaunch. Firstly, I had to re-evaluate what I wanted to do with my channel. Do I continue with just fitness and challenges? Or do I do travel and vlogs? Or do I focus on more creative pursuits, like short films? If I wanted to be successful, the smart thing to do would be sticking to one niche. Channels that stick to one niche tend to do better. But I didn't want to do that. There are so many video ideas that I want to try that goes beyond one niche. And I want to do it all on one channel. And you know what? That's exactly what I'm going to do. So basically what I have been doing, but better. And so the grind began. I started resharpening my filmmaking skills. Script writing, cinematography, lighting, color grading, editing, visual effects, sound design, etc. I even started dabbling with new programs, all to become a better filmmaker. What? That's it. Time for a new PC. Yep, I broke my bank account to invest in a new PC so that it could safely handle whatever type of video I needed to make and whatever game I wanted to play. It's a beast. A tiny beast. But of course, even though I came into 2024 with inspired intentions, old habits die hard. Life ain't like the movies, where you can suddenly change your life just because you have a little motivation. It takes a lot of time to break down the old habits that kept you as you were, so you can build new habits to become the person you want to be. And throughout 2024, I really struggled with that. I would have good days, and I would have bad days. Unsurprisingly, a lot of those bad days would start with the words, "I'll do it later." A fleeting sentence that led to an unfortunate setback in my YouTube career. On this day, I received this email from YouTube. So, if you don't post anything for a while and your channel statistics fall under eligibility, you lose the partnership. In hindsight, this makes sense, but at that time, I did not know about this. It wasn't stated in the original welcome email. They didn't even send me a check-in email to warn me what would happen if I continued being inactive. All they did was wait a few months, then told me, hey, your channel will be demonetized unless you hit the requirements again within 30 days. 30 days. Unfortunately, I already had plans during that 30 days, and I couldn't suddenly cancel all of that to try and rectify the situation. So, 30 days later, when April arrived, I was no longer a YouTube partner. But it is what it is, and I've been trying really hard to see this as a learning lesson. This is what I get for procrastinating, for not taking action sooner, for being lazy, for always saying, I'll do it later. I think what makes this really frustrating was the timing of everything. Right when I'm getting back into creating, taking the steps to return to YouTube, this happens. The irony. And now, I gotta hit the partnership requirements again. And yeah, that brings us to now. I finally got a video out after 4 years. Sorry for the wait. For those who subscribe to me from my fitness videos, I just want to make it clear that this isn't just a fitness channel. It never was. You're more than welcome to unsubscribe. I understand, and I won't be upset about it. But for those who are willing to stay and see where I take this channel, welcome, and I hope you'll enjoy the ride. I can't guarantee that my uploads will be frequent, but when I do upload, the wait will be worth it. My dream has always been to be a YouTuber, someone who creates amazing content that you guys can enjoy. I still intend on committing to that dream. Anyways, that's all for now. Bye.